Carlson focuses on Jill Carlson and then the thread that follows the discussion of that, and that's a poll. And that's a poll that she basically holds of Bitcoin risk asset versus flight to safety asset. 45% say risk asset, 55% say flight to safety asset, which in the world of polls, that's kind of almost, one can argue almost split in the middle. What were the reactions to that?
Yeah, so this is a first for us. This is the first time we've had a poll. And I think polls are a little bit dangerous because they often
hell yeah.
More as confirmation bias of the particular audience than they do of real results. However, I thought it was notable for two reasons. One is there isn't necessarily clear agreement on this even within the Bitcoin and larger crypto community. But two, Jill has a lot of followers who are just in more kind of traditional fintech, and she worked really hard to get them to retweet and share this. So I think that this represents at least a little bit more the larger kind of financial Twitter attitude as well, although still certainly focused on the crypto community. And again, to me, it's the one of the clearest indications yet again of this narrative shift right in front of our eyes of the idea of Bitcoin becoming this hedge against global instability and this different type of flight to safety asset. I don't necessarily think yet that this is the majority view of institutional managers who are thinking about their future. However, this is something that, folks like Pomp say a lot, and I think is compelling. If you're a fund manager and there is even an outside chance that Bitcoin really is this flight to safety asset, if that becomes the narrative, and you didn't have any exposure when the other guy down the street did, at what point does it shift for these institutions to it being a risk to have any exposure versus it being a risk to have no exposure? That's a really interesting and has potentially huge implications for what the market looks like for Bitcoin.